homicide is a killing without evil or criminal intent. It's a type of defense used in criminal law where the homicide of another is excused by reason of the offending party being under imminent threat of death or serious bodily injury. A homicide in this instance is considered blameless, yet the ability to prove or refute this defense will often boil down to some of the most precise technicalities that would most often be considered insignificant under different circumstances. At around 3:30 p.m. on July 19, 2018, 29-year-old Brittany Jacobs drove to the Circle A food store located in Clearwater, Florida. In the passenger seat was her 28-year-old boyfriend, Marquis McLaughlin, while in the back seat were her 3 children who were all under the age of 6 at the time. When they got to the store, Brittany parked the vehicle in the store's only handicapped parking space located on the side of the building. Marquise then got out and went into the store with their 5-year-old son to buy drinks and snacks. Roughly 90 seconds later, while Brittany was still inside the vehicle, 47-year-old Michael Draka pulled up in his Toyota and illegally parked alongside her. He got out his truck and started circling the young mother's car, looking for a disabled parking placard. An altercation ensued after 20 seconds, with witnesses inside the store reporting they heard a loud and aggressive argument between a male and a female. Marquise exited the store 75 seconds after the start of the confrontation, approached Draka, and forcibly pushed him to the ground. Exactly 2.5 seconds after that, while still on the ground, Draka pulled out a .40 caliber Glock pistol and fired a single round at Marquise, who then ran back into the store and collapsed in front of his son. Paramedics arrived within 19 minutes and rushed him to the Morton Plant Hospital. He was pronounced dead at 4:04 p.m. CCTV footage captured the entire incident. Following the shooting, Drake reportedly put the gun in his SUV as he waited for law enforcement to arrive. He cooperated with deputies at the scene as he was placed in handcuffs and then transported to the North District Station for further questioning by detectives.
Are they yours?
No, they're yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's take them off. We're gonna take them off. You're gonna be cool?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, okay. I don't know you, I don't know
Oh, I know
what's going on.
I know. You have my absolute word, sir. Detective?
Yes.
You have my word.
Okay. Well, anything else right now? Alright. I will do this as quick as we can, okay? If you're holding your arm, did you hurt or something?
Yeah, it started, everything started to sore where he hit me from behind
No,
and
no.
landed. That's all. Everything
Is anything broken?
No.
Torn? No. Okay. Alright.
straight up.
Okay. Hey, Michael, how you doing? I'm Detective Upton.
Left hand.
Left hand, okay. Sorry to have to meet you under these stressful circumstances a little bit.
Myself as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not the, this is Detective Shields, I'm
How you
sorry.
doing? Nice to meet you, sir.
I'm not the case agent in this. I'm a detective in the same unit. The case agent and the assistant case agent, if that makes any sense to you, are going to come speak to you in just a few moments, okay? Of course, before any of us speak to you and try to go into any kind of details about anything or anything like that, I'd like to read you your rights. Are you familiar with your rights, Miranda rights? Okay. Okay. The reason we wanted to do that first, of course, we don't want to talk to you about anything, and the case agents are going to come in here in just a few moments. It's my understanding that your vehicle was still
It's not a problem.
it's at the store, right?
By my house.
Okay. Okay. We have it all cordoned off, it's safe and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Would you say what?
I never had.
Everybody got
Florida,
You guys just live right.
And we should have got back up, yo. We should have just went to sleep from 9 to 12 and got back up
Would
and
you
street
be
while everyone
willing to
was
give us
drunk.
consent to go inside
I
the
was
vehicle
tired.
and just for documentation?
Just like the
purposes
first year, and
and,
then literally slept through New Year's, yo. That's how I know I'm getting old.
Tyria and Whitewater Brandon texted me.
Okay? There's gonna be two other guys, not quite as handsome as me, but
Yes,
still.
he had
still
texted
just a
me.
bit,
My mom texted me. And Caprice texted me. I don't think you know who Caprice is, but that's one of my homegirls from home.
Hey, partner. Hey, my name's George Moffett. Just like George, what you remember? You've been sitting here for what, you need to use restroom? Yeah. Okay. Get enough water and everything? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah. Just to reiterate again, my name's George Moffett. All right, we're just here at the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office North District Station. Today's date's July 19, 2018. I just want to talk to you reference today's shooting. Just go through your kind of day, like right before you get
Why
to the
you
store.
look at my dress, weirdo?
Just coming back, going home, stopping at the store first, and then right around the corner home.
Where do you live at, sir?
Is this that same show?
Clearwater.
Are you in
It's not a show. It's like they just break down suspect interviews.
But it's on YouTube, so it's like, how do they even get access to it?
It's called public source information. Anything, most criminal information is in the public domain. If you get locked up and go to jail, I can just Google it and see what you got locked up for. You can do that anyway.
Depends on the state. Every state is not as easy. Like Maryland's case search is much easier. Some states they want you to pay to find information on it.
But once it becomes public, once the trial is over and motherfuckers are convicted in jail, then it's anybody's information in. It's not, you're not
No, I'm
gonna.
not saying. I'm just like the actual
This is the
interviews.
second time he has said
recorded
this.
on
It could be
camera.
argued that he's
Cops.
already
That's how
trying to
they do
give his
all of it.
version of events some form
Right,
of
but who-
reinforced vindication.
who does the
before
cop
he
give it to?
even
Is it a
states
cop uploading
by
this? That's what I'm
being
asking.
his
No, it's the
store.
police department, and the police
That's what I was
department.
asking. Like, where did they get the
Cheese
video?
thing
The
here.
police department sends it to the city, and the city sends it to the county, and they're like, "Well, this case is done."
Enjoying the
Public
season.
information.
Deck the hall, y'all. Hulu has whatever you're feeling.
Him being there every day, he
This
is
is that-
designating himself as some form of
This is a good point right here. There's no barrier, but this motherfucker shoots somebody, and then this is that it's a poor people's mentality. It's a poor person's mentality to perceive ownership of something they don't own. This my hood, this my block. You don't own that shit, bro. That's my girl. You don't own her. That's my best friend. You don't own that person either. And this guy's like, well, that's my store. I go to that store every day. Just because you frequent this store every day and it's around the corner from your house and you know the people, it's not your fucking store. That's not your store. And so that's what he says, oh, that's my store. I go there every day. It's not your fucking store, bro. You have this poor man's mentality where you don't literally own things, so you have to figuratively own stuff to make it feel like your life has more value or that you're worth more by saying you own shit that you don't fucking own. And that's where the first thing he fucked up. Oh, that's my store. What? So what? You think you have the right to police this property? Just like that Rittenhouse kid, you know? These motherfuckers be crazy.
Well, it never lasts.
Which knows what's going
It never lasts. I got to retire for about 13 years.
You mind if I call you Michael?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and you can call me George. So just walk through, you leave your house and you drive out to the store?
No, I was coming back from the Wawa.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Missouri and Rosary to.
Well, wasn't that the whole point of to not tell your name? The whole point of the story was for the guy to figure out what was Rumpelstiltskin's real name. I'm mad you got that shit as your name, Rumpelstiltskin. Who the fuck even remembers that old ass story?
I remember that.
Rumpelstiltskin.
That's old as shit, though. I can't lie.
What's up, bruh? Top of the morning to you. It's motherfucking 2021, bitch. You feel me? Y'all on the same boat, man. 2021. listening to some a murder interview from the suspect.
You know who'd he kill?
So, a black family pulls up to a local convenience store. It's a lady, her boyfriend, and they have 2 kids together. This is where the whole thing starts out. They pull up to the convenience store, and they park in a handicap spot. But only the guy gets out, and the lady is still in the car. So technically, you're not parked if the car is running and someone is sitting in it. And so a black family pulls up to a local convenience store, they just park in a handicap spot, and the dude runs in the store to get blunts and beer or whatever. I'm being really fucking stupid with that one. But
he went to go get Pampers for the baby.
Yeah, he went to go get some Pampers for the baby. While the gentleman is in the store, another gentleman pulls up, a middle-aged white guy, and he notices that there is a vehicle parked in the handicap spot. He takes it upon himself to get out of his vehicle. He walks to the front of the other vehicle, then walks to the back of the vehicle looking for handicap plates or stickers or tags or anything.
The cops?
Once he didn't see any handicap permission stickers on the vehicle, he then engages in a confrontation with the lady who's sitting in the car saying, hey, all these other parking spots are right here, open and free. Why are you parked in the fucking handicap spot? You're not handicapped. You don't have anything that legally allows you to park in this spot. You need to fucking move.
Granted, she shouldn't have been in the handicap spot because that's some ignorant ass shit to do if the spot's open. But why are you going to that lady saying something? Mind your damn business.
Yo.
I would have just been like, oh, this ignorant motherfucker couldn't park one spot down. This lazy ass motherfucker. And then I'm going to keep it pushing. But
he gets out. He starts a confrontation with this lady.
And then why not start a confrontation with the man?
He was in the store.
So?
He didn't know. He didn't
Clearly somebody's driving the car.
The lady was in the driver's seat. And she's just sitting there. So he didn't know that she even had anyone else with her, and they're in a confrontation. So she could have said, oh, my boyfriend's in the store, I'm just waiting for him or whatever. But she probably just said, who the fuck are you? Leave me the fuck alone.
But if she's driving and he got out, who's to say that he wasn't handicapped then? Because then that changes the story.
Because he didn't park in the handicap
That's what
spot.
I was about to say. It's like if you, like, say somebody looked at you, or like, I saw this one thing one time, somebody was like getting on this girl, why isn't your boyfriend pumping your gas? And then she shows a picture of his gas and his leg is fucked up. So it's like, you don't really want to assume that man could have been handicapped for all you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been something with I had a homeboy who I went to school with, and his eyes fucked up, and he got handicapped shit, and he can park in all the just because he got a fucked up eye.
And so they're getting in an argument about this parking spot. You know, this white guy approaches this car full of black people and tells them, you need to fucking move because you're not supposed to park in the handicap spot. They're arguing over this. Meanwhile, the boyfriend comes out the store. He sees the argument going on, and immediately, being a dominant protector of his family, an alpha male, he approaches this guy and shoves the shit out of him because this guy is in really close proximity to his lady and his children. So his first instinction was to get this guy away from my family. So immediately he walks up and he shoves this guy as hard as he can. He doesn't push, he doesn't punch him, no closed fist or nothing. He shoves him on the shoulder. He shoves him and the guy falls to the ground. The guy falls on the ground, he turns over and pulls out a gun and fires one shot, bow, and shoots the guy right in the fucking chest right here.
And he meant that shit too.
The guy who got shot, he holds his chest, he runs back in the store and fucking dies, yo. And
not only should he get charged with the murder of him, he should get charged with reckless endangerment of the wife and the kids, and he should get charged with attempt murder for them as well because they were too close. You could have hit them.
This dude say he drank a whole bottle of 38 last night. Nothing but straight shots.
And you up right now?
The motherfucker built different. Puff built different.
We ain't gonna tell y'all what time we were in bed last night.
You built like a fucking beast, Puff.
Hey, yo.
And so I drank the whole bottle and took a nap. I'm back up now.
We didn't even drink a half a bottle of shit and we took a nap.
That napalm, nigga. Napalm P. They don't call him Napalm P for shit. Motherfuckers say, what? What, nigga? Straight shots. Motherfucking Napalm P. Motherfuckers say highly explosive. I see we both rolling up. I see, said the blind man. This nigga said, I've been up since the last stream.
Oh, nah.
Look, this your last stretch right here, bro. Because after this little run, I know you going to knock out. This be the last stretch right here, bro. Well, let's finish listening to... So the guy kills another guy at a gas station over a handicapped parking spot. You know, Florida, it happened in Clearwater, Florida. They have stand your ground laws down there. And so the guy who had the gun and did the shooting, this is him at the police station giving his statements and testimony.
Cash and headed home, stopped by the store. Oh,
Okay. So you get a store. Tell me, kind of walk me through what happens.
I parked my car and that's my store. I'm there every day.
This is the second time he has said this. It could be argued that he's already trying to give his version of events some form of reinforced vindication before he even states them. By it being his store and him being there every day, he is designating himself as some form of protector or guardian, thus characterizing his actions as pure and his logic behind them of pure intent.
Plain and simple. And every day there's somebody pulled in the handicap spot there just waiting on somebody.
Yeah, Clearwater.
Yeah, I haven't peed about it.
This happened in Clearwater in 18, just a couple years ago, well, 3 years ago now. But the weirdest thing about this shit, I'm actually like 7 degrees of separation. I'm closer than that with the guy who got murdered. Some weird shit, yo. So one of my exes, when we broke up, it's been like 13, 14 years ago now. When we broke up, she moved to Clearwater, Florida. And she's been down there for years now, since like 2010 or some shit. But anyway, like we were still cool for a while. I don't talk to her anymore, but like when we were still cool and still in communication and this shit happened, it was like maybe a week or so after this incident, and we were just talking about some stuff, and she told me that she knew this guy who got murdered, said that she dated his father, and they she lives in Clearwater where this shit happened at, and so it was really big local news down there. And she said she heard about it because the gas station or the convenience store is right around the corner from where she lives. She says this is where her local store where she goes and buys sodas and cigarettes and shit like that. So she's there a lot too. And so when she heard about a shooting at the store and it was on the news, she couldn't put two to two together who the guy was until his father, the reporters wanted to talk to the father, and the father made a statement about his son's death. And she seen that interview. She was like, yo, I used to fuck this dude. And that's his son. And she was like, she had been stopped fucking with him, but she was like, I felt so bad that his son died. I thought about giving him some pussy. I'm like, girl, you reckless, yo. But the white dude or the black dude? Yeah, but I remember and then like I said, when I came across this clip on YouTube, I was like, oh, I gotta watch this shit because I remember this case, and I remember somebody saying like she knew these people and shit like that. But for some reason, it just seemed like in the news they made the guy seem out to be older, like an older guy or something. This guy, he said he's 47 or 48, but he doesn't look like an old man.
I said, do you mind, moving to a spot next door? And there's spots out front. I said, would you mind moving and wait on somebody? And
So there's plenty more spots.
there's plenty more spots, yes. And she took that as an affront that I would speak to her that way.
His daughter got makeup for Christmas.
So you walk up to her car?
Actually, I was walking around it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I parked here, she was,
You see this shit?
okay.
You gotta
I
watch.
just checked the placards.
The video, how that shit
If
happened.
you just move it this way a little bit, I can see so we can both watch. Make it big, man.
Yeah, if we put it there, I can see too. Cause
What did you do?
I said, it's not very light to park here when there's a.
But the video, they got the video of how this shit happened. I don't know if I can play this on YouTube or not. I probably can let y'all see this.
You know, there's nothing.
So right now I'm at 8 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm gonna take it back to like the 2-minute mark when they say this shit first
Hospital.
happened.
He was pronounced dead at 4:04 p.m. CCTV footage captured the entire incident.
Now he pulls up. This vehicle here is in there. Yeah,
Wait.
exactly. You gotta watch this shit enough times, yo. Enough times.
So this is the
The
handicap.
entire incident.
Okay. He walked
So
from his
look,
car.
look. This is this car right here. Can you see my cursor? Okay.
No.
So this car right here is in a handicap spot. This white
That's
car.
what I thought. And
He-
is that his car?
This is him. He pulls up in his SUV immediately. He just says he's telling the investigators, "Oh, I was out and about running errands." The cop said, "Well, did you leave your house and go to the store?" He's like, "No, I wasn't home. I was already out. I was downtown and I was headed back home. The store's around the
Did
corner."
I tell you somebody followed me yesterday into the store
No.
and parked right next to me? And I got out. It was a man, and I got out and was like, "What you want to do?" And he just walked in the store. He followed me into Wegmans.
Why?
Because he was driving slow as shit. The speed limit was 30 and he was doing fucking 20. So I went around his ass. But I wasn't like, I didn't tailgate him or nothing. I just went around him. And he got pissed off because I went around him and the nigga followed me into the store. Well, to the store. And I got out like, what? What you gonna do? In broad daylight.
Yeah, don't do that. Cause I'll be on the news next.
You
But
wasn't
this
about
is-
that shit.
That's what I'm saying, yo. So he told the officers he wasn't at home. He was out and about. Before he went back home, he wanted to stop by the store to grab whatever. So this car is already here. They're already in the spot. The guy is already in the store.
He knows them he must have seen them at that store before.
But that's what he says. I go to that store every day. This is my store. You know, it's my store. I go there every day. So
What do the owners look like?
Obviously in the
What do the
neighborhood.
owners have to say about it?
But just like the stores around here, the tobacco market we go to, we see the same people
They
in
know
there.
me.
Yeah,
Every time I go in there, they be like, "Hey, Marilyn."
you see the same people in there. So if you live in a neighborhood long enough and frequent the same businesses long enough, you're going to see the same people. So is there a chance that
I
these,
don't know any of the customers that go in that store. And I go in there every other day.
but that not knowing them and being aware of them are two different things. You know what I'm saying? Like I recognize faces now when we ride through the strip. You see the same people
Well,
out there
like
here
all
and
the
there.
little, the Hispanic guys that cut hair right there.
Yeah,
I
and
know
the
all
Muslim
the little
dude.
3 dudes, and then there's a guy who sells oils.
Mhm.
But like the tobacco store, like they know the people that come in too. But still, I'm not gonna be like, "Yo, don't litter in front of the tobacco
Yeah.
store." I know the girl that works in here. Man, what?
So this is the whole setup.
Minding your business is free.
The black gentleman is already in the store. He's already inside the store. His girl and his kids are sitting outside the store in the car. The girl is in the driver's seat. The kids are in the back, and they're parked in the handicap spot. This guy pulls up. He just pulls up to the store, and that's the first thing he's fucking worried about. Now you're saying you're
So
out in
he
the
pulls up and hops out, literally.
you're out and about and you want to pick up something from the store before you go home. But when you pull up and you park, you automatically forget about your original intentions of purchasing whatever you wanted to purchase, and you focus in on a stranger, someone you don't know, who's parked in a handicap spot at a public store. So I'm gonna take it back a little bit one more time so you can see like right the whole of video.
CCTV footage captured the entire incident.
He's walking around their car. He walks to the front, then he's pointing, he's talking, he's pointing, then he goes up to the window, he's pointing, he's talking, he's still talking. Like, what the fuck? Why you see, look how long it is. People are pulling up, getting in and out of their cars, in and out of their cars. Now the boyfriend comes out. He immediately like, what the fuck is your problem, bro? What the fuck you doing to my people? Bam, shoves him to the ground, didn't punch him, didn't do anything. He shoves him. This guy pulls out a gun and he shoots him. Now look, he shoves him to the ground. Watch the guy with the gun, watch the black guy. The guy says that this gentleman took a step towards him. He says he took a step towards him before he shot him. Where? Where did he take a step towards him? He did not. He pushed the guy to the ground, and soon as he saw the gun, he was backing up, yo. He backed up. The guy pulled that heat out. Black dude ain't got no weapon. He ain't want no more smoke. He backed up. White dude still shot him in the chest.
Babe, these kids are so proud. Look at her with her little paintbrush.
Mm-hmm.
So he shot him from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he
Following the shooting, Draca reportedly put the gun in his SUV as he waited for law enforcement to arrive. He cooperated with deputies at the scene as he was placed in handcuffs and then transported to the North District Station for further questioning by detectives.
No, he's been cooperative with me though.
And simple, and she inquired about what was going on.
Okay.
And that's when I told her, about the handicap spots.
What did you tell him?
I said, it's not very polite to park here when there's other people who need to use this. She says, is it affecting you directly? I said, if my mother-in-law rolls in, yes, it would be. So, there's nothing, there was none of that between us all.
Okay.
No, nothing. It was just needed words, that's all. I was speaking to her, I guess.
Okay.
She said, what do I have to do? You get my man. I said, well, what's going to happen then? And a little more arguing back and forth, and I never saw what anything from her.
She was the driver of the car? She was in the car.
She was the only person in the car.
All right.
That I know of.
You didn't see anybody else in the car?
Tinted windows, so it was dark,
Okay.
couldn't see through.
All right. So you guys are talking?
Yeah, exactly. She's out of the car by this time.
Okay.
Standing next to it, that's all.
Okay.
And I got hit from the left
He
side.
didn't hit you, he pushed you.
And
I'm checking my phone number.
In line with her car.
Okay.
If you saw the two white ladder lines next to the thing, that's where I was standing. Okay, so I went over straight back after I got hit.
This
What do you mean hit?
I was standing like this talking to her. I was hit from right here. The shoulder was pulled in front of me, and then I was
Oh,
right at the ground.
okay.
And that, whatever you go, that's Bud Light.
We'll get somebody to take pictures of all this.
I'm not worried about that too much, but
I'm gonna pray for you,
I'm
Pastor.
pretty sure I
Pray for you.
landed my wrist under my gun, actually.
He a damn soldier. If he drunk all that, he ain't feeling it yet.
Yo,
So you land on
straight
the
shots.
I was gonna say, you ain't feeling that shit yet? You
Yeah.
good. You a
Straight
soldier.
shots.
Shit.
God damn.
Put hand down, two hand
Shit.
down.
I take 2 shots and be
As I
dead.
come out, I start drawing my weapon. As I start leveling off my weapon, he makes his next step towards me, and 21-foot rule.
The so-called 21-foot rule stems from what is known as the Tueller drill, a self-defense training exercise to prepare against a short-range knife or melee attack when armed only with holstered handgun. The idea is that by the time an individual determines a deadly threat, draws their firearm, and fires, the attacker will have already closed up to 21 feet distance. This reinforces the idea that one should have their handgun drawn and ready to engage at a target if they're within that distance. What Draca left out is that this training exercise puts a strong emphasis on the fact that the attacker must have a weapon in their hands. That is the key component if one is to use this rule as a justification to immediately engage with deadly force.
I'm on the ground already.
Right. Okay.
It happened so fast, and that was that.
Did he say anything to you?
Negative. Not a word.
Okay. Did you say anything to him?
No.
Like back up? Or?
No.
It could be assumed that the suspect's frantic response was because he felt threatened by the question. Put yourself in his position, but assume that you knew, without question, that you were in the right, and there was no other option than to fire upon the attacker. When posed a completely logical question such as this, you would take a moment to grasp and incorporate its principle. This is because you would have no need to be in a defensive state of mind. You would feel no threat, and it's human nature to be inquisitive and curious about matters related to our own decision-making. It's how we grow as people. Yet, if we are in a defensive state of mind, this natural curiosity would be overlooked, as our focus would be projected outward toward the perceptions of others, rather than inward toward our own. In this instance, it could be argued that Draca's immediate response, void of any contemplation whatsoever, is him trying to insinuate that he felt so threatened by the attacker that even the thought of giving any sort of a warning is an illogical concept. It's a variant of the emotional response known as appeal to extremes.
Okay. So you draw your weapon. Talk to me about that from.
Well, the way I was able to draw it, I couldn't level it with one hand, so I had to eventually try and bring my left around for support.
Okay.
And he made his step towards me, and that was that.
How many steps did it make?
Just one step.
Okay. And then that was that. Talk to me about that. What do you do from there?
I made sure there's no other threat around him because it spun him a little bit, and he ran into the store. Immediate threat gone. I did have her as a potential.
Before you fired the gun.
That's what I was wondering.
See, before you fired the gun,
Yes.
once you pull the gun out,
Yes.
okay, you said he stepped towards you?
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
One more step, right, he did one more step towards me, and then I didn't say a word, the gun was already out.
Call
Okay, what do you do?
this nigga the drunken professor.
Okay, so you fired a weapon and then basically just scanned?
I ended up standing up, made sure all other threats were clear, reholstered my weapon.
Okay. All right, so he didn't come back at you again or anything?
Not after he left.
I mean, you did only shoot him once, but dude, you shot him in the fucking chest,
Did you
and you're
strike
the one
him?
who
No.
was
No, I mean,
harassing
the
her.
gun.
No, I don't know. I assume so, yes, because there was an ambulance there.
Okay, so you don't know if he had a
I
gun?
know, I know.
And that's the
nothing,
shit
but
that
I
make me
would
feel
assume
like
so.
when some shit like that happen, I just gotta call 911.
So, what do you
Then
do?
it's like,
Talk me
then
from
when you
there
call
after
911,
you
whose side you gonna be
reholster your
on?
weapon.
After I reholstered my weapon, everything's clear. Somebody's screaming about her kids. Somebody's screaming about her kids. Somebody thought they were in the car. So, like I said, everybody's inside, you know, see if you can get it to unlock the car.
Mhm.
And that was it. All I remember is screaming about kids.
Okay. What do you do from after you hear somebody talking about kids and stuff?
Everything's on. Well, I asked one person to go, you know, see if she could unlock her car from the inside, and then I just had to extricate myself from the situation completely and just back to my vehicle and wait for you. So I took my firearm out and loaded it, locked it, left it in the car.
What do you mean you locked the back?
Yes.
Okay,
Unloaded it, locked it back, and waited for you.
okay. Did you unload a bag or anything like that? Or?
No, God, no. Just the one that was in the pipe.
We're gonna kind of slow it down a little bit and kind of, because I'm gonna be asking specific questions.
He didn't use arbiters to find financing before the dealer. She did. Now she's going to the dealer with real rates in hand. No sweat, no imp.
No sweat.
And again, just like you were truthful with me, and just because we got to kind of dot our I's and cross our T's, exactly what happened. I know you kind of went through it a little fast or whatever, so we're gonna just go back a little bit. Is that okay?
Yellow.
Appreciate it. So you exit your vehicle, right? Like you always do, and you're getting ready to walk in the store.
Yeah.
And what do you see from there?
Placard on the front of the car. Because I have to walk by the car now.
So you approach the vehicle?
No, front wheel.
Okay. And your intention's on walking around the cars to look for placards? Okay. Where do you normally
Take
take
pictures if there's, you know.
Okay. You take pictures if you don't see no placards, or you take, okay. Where do you normally look for placards?
License plate, windshield, and in front. There's no license plate or anything.
When you approached the vehicle, was the driver, did you make eye contact with the driver?
I could see the driver, the windows were so dark.
Okay.
I didn't know anybody was in the car.
Right.
Truthfully.
So her window wasn't rolled down?
No,
The driver's
no,
side?
no.
Okay. So you start walking around the car?
And I walked from the front to the back, and just back up, and I took no pictures, I just, you know, was
Sure.
assuming when go and keep going, you know, but then the window came down.
He states
So the only part he's fucked up on so far, he lied and said that guy took a step towards him. and he didn't. But what he's trying to do is, oh wow, echo, that's crazy. So what he's trying to do is make it seem like he didn't initiate argument, and so he told the cops that when he first saw the vehicle and he started inspecting it, walking around the vehicle from the front to the back, that the windows were tinted and they were rolled up, and at first he couldn't see if anybody was in there or not. And then they asked him, well, what about the kids? Like, how long did it take before she rolled down her window? And he said, well, you know, once the driver noticed that he was walking around the vehicle, that's when she rolled down the window and asked him, like, hey, what are you doing? But that's a lie too, because in the video, he walks to the side of the car, he walks in the front, he walks in the back, he comes back to the front, and while he's standing in the front of the vehicle, he's gesturing, like you can see him pointing to the driver from the windshield. Like he's looking into the car, not from the side where the tinted windows are at, but in the windshield, and the driver sees him and they're engaging in some type of shit. She must have like looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, eh. And then he walks to the side of the car and she rolls down the window and they continue to engage in this argument. But he's trying to make it seem like that he really didn't initiate the argument, which is a lie. And then he said the guy, after the guy shoved him, not punched him or hit him, he shoved him. He says, oh, he took a step towards me and that's when I fired. And that's a lie. So,
because he shoved him and then he was just on the ground. That was it. Well, the kids were in the car. So it's like, what if she would have got out and he would have hopped in? Like, she don't know that man. He was crazy as shit rolling up on her. So I wouldn't have got out the car either.
And then he goes on to say, like, the cop asked him, he's like, so do you do stuff like this all the time? Like, he's like, no, not really. He's like, so what if you didn't have your gun on you? Would you have done this? Would you have approached somebody in this manner if you were unarmed? And he says, well, I've been carrying a gun for over 20 years. I don't know. I can't say if I would or if I wouldn't, because he feels safe because he knows he can legally carry a firearm to approach anybody and to start any kind of conflict or to engage in any kind of altercation that he sees fit, because he feels like he'll shoot a nigga if the shit get too hot because he got his gun on him. And that's how I approach every white man in society now. After all these Trayvon Martins and all this shit, I just assume that every white man is carrying a fucking gun. That's how I handle all these motherfuckers. I can't help it.
And a lot of them are. And
it is. So when you're in public and you engage in certain things, you got to really, really size a motherfucker up, because you don't know who holding heat. You don't know who doing that shit. And these motherfuckers, it's easier for them to get it than for us to get that shit, yo. And these motherfuckers,
yo, and they go hard for that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I only got 2 white uncles, and they both by marriage. They both my aunt's husbands. But like the one is a straight square. You met him. Mm-hmm. He don't got no guns, no nothing. He ain't about that shit. Like, he just a chill dude. Want to go to work, come home to his wife, live his life, go to church, hang with his kids. That's it. He don't drink like that. He don't smoke nothing. My other uncle, he smoke. He all about that NRA shit, and like he feel like he deserves to have a gun, and he carries his gun everywhere the fuck that he goes. Mm-hmm. And I guarantee you, I mean, now granted, he's my uncle by marriage, so I don't really talk to him anyway. But I guarantee you, if some shit go down, he popping a motherfucker. He not about to fight. He's gonna shoot them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Altercation started once the driver rolled down window, yet the surveillance says otherwise.
Mm-hmm. The surveillance says otherwise. He's already talking to her through the windshield.
The prosecution stated that the suspect spotted the driver through the windshield and engaged with her at this moment.
That's true. I'm a nerd.
Right there. He's at the front of the car and he's already like, where's your tag? Where's your tag? He said he didn't engage in conversation until she rolled down the window.
Window then comes down at this moment.
Now the window comes down. Now he leaves the curb. He stopped off the curb, and now he's at the side of the car talking to her directly through the window.
No mask on. All
this
over her
was-
shit.
this was-
Was the car locked?
I forgot.
I couldn't tell. Mate, it's so quiet. Okay. These damn cars.
These damn cars are so quiet. I couldn't tell if it was.
So then when you come back around, is the window?
So you're yelling at us.
Back on the phone, and she on my way to the store, and she asked me.
She rolls her window down?
Yes.
Do you make verbal contact with her first, or did
She
she?
made verbal contact with me. I explained what I did. I just asked me one.
Okay, so she asked you, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah, I
And you
said
said-
I'm looking for handicap placards, you know.
Okay.
And then it ensued with, well, what's that?
So, okay. So when she rolls her window down, she said,
I'm pretty sure.
I bet he got charged.
Yeah.
But he didn't get life though.
I don't know. He got some time. I'm guessing that's why this video is out, just to show like, and they're showing whoever put this video together, who edited this, they pause it and show like where he's lying and where certain psyche complexes come into play. Like when he said, "Oh, that's my store. I go there every day." They paused it and said, "See, this is the mentality of a person who thinks he has the right to protect this area, you know, and he's setting himself up."
Another self-proclaimed vigilante.
Exactly.
But
So
that's
he's.
the thing.
So they're breaking. Oh, go ahead.
When George Zimmerman
It-
did that shit
Mhm.
in Florida specifically,
Mhm.
when George Zimmerman did that shit, yo, that gave everybody the fucking ticket. And George Zimmerman is fucking Hispanic, so the white people were like, "Oh, they let him do that shit?
We
Oh,
working niggas.
we in there. We in there.
We
They've been
working
in there
everything.
anyway." Just like remember when everybody started protesting again and like maybe like a year or two ago and like, you know, just the internet, like people were just really going hard with the protest and shit. Like I went to a protest, I don't protest anymore, but like I went to a protest that was on the news, like they had drones and shit out there and motherfuckers was like really on some shit with that. Like motherfuckers talking about they was gonna bomb that shit, and then remember all the people that was coming up like down in like Oklahoma and areas like that, all these people hanging, and they were trying to say all these people committed suicide, but they're like hanging from trees outside. So I remember that shit like 2 years ago, and like they were trying to hang people and shit again, and then they just sweep that shit under the rug like it ain't never motherfucking happened.
Yeah, but
But Florida's crazy. It just overall, like everybody knows that. Like there's always some shit happening. That gay club shooting, I'm pretty sure that was in Florida.
But I think this guy did get charged because how they're breaking it down. And actually, I started watching a different video about this girl who had her parents murdered, and that shit, and how her story couldn't hold up, and they broke her down and you know made her confess that she did have a part in setting up the hit on her parents. And so the next video was this one, and I'm like, oh shit, I actually know about this one a little bit, but I don't know. It seems like they're breaking it down to show you like how these people swear down their stories are so airtight, and then once you get under pressure and get inside an investigation room,
They crack, and that's the thing. Why, like, don't y'all watch TV? Don't you know just to not say nothing at all, dumbass? I'm so shook up from what happened,
but
officer. I can't even talk
yo,
right now.
these the ones who think they got it all together. I'm gonna just go in here and say
And
what I
that's
got
the thing.
planned.
If you're
Is
smart enough, like if you hate your parents that much, then just keep faking your grades and doing what you're doing, but don't get them killed. Like damn. Now, granted, I could see if they were abusing her and touching her whole life, and she just snapped and killed them. You know what I mean? But you literally set this shit up premeditated, sis, and
then
did it bad. Then you get your boyfriend's 3 amigos to come and do that shit. And like I said, all they needed was, oh, this one's 5'10", this one's 6'1", this one's 5'8". Oh, look at the hair, da 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 da. Okay, that's it. That's them. Thugs ain't thugs because Zimmerman's still living. I agree, yeah.
ain't that the truth? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like y'all goddamn doing all this gangster shit, but Zimmerman's still alive.
hey, you know, what are you doing? How far are you away from the car?
To the front of the car.
Okay, so you're standing at the front?
Yeah, about the front of the car, which is
Are you on the
sidewalk, yeah.
Okay, so you're on the sidewalk?
Yeah, I'm not exactly in front of the car, I'm on the sidewalk at the front of the car.
Okay. So after you start talking to her, do you approach The driver's side of the car?
Yeah, just, of course, I don't want to yell back.
Right, that's understandable. So how far do you approach the vehicle, distance-wise, approximately?
You may be wondering why they are asking such specific questions when the entire incident was captured on surveillance. Yet they are not asking for the purpose of gathering facts. They are asking to see if the suspect will amend the facts to fit with his own narrative. Anything he fabricates can be used against him, especially during cross-examination to negate his credibility.
It's gonna be, she's in the car, and
Let's say I'm a driver.
she could probably smell your breath, you know,
Okay.
after a while. It's not like I was leaving in the car or anything.
Hopefully you can't smell my breath. So can you show me how far, let's say I'm her, how far did you come up to her?
By the window.
Okay, so a couple feet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna anchor it into her car.
All right. So you guys are bickering back and forth. Next thing you know, you get pushed.
I'm not pushed nothing, tackled, I'm blindsided, dude.
No.
No.
Exaggeration. I push. No. I was tackled. I was blindsided. A blindsided push, maybe, because you didn't see it coming. But a tackle, no. A tackle is when somebody puts their entire body weight on you and goes to the ground with you. That's how you tackle someone, is taking your opponent to the ground, using your body to take your opponent to the ground. That's not what happened, bro. You were not tackled to the ground, because the gentleman was still standing while you were on the ground, so he couldn't have tackled you. He pushed you. So he pushed you to the ground. No. He tackled me. I was blindsided. Exaggeration.
What it felt like is he come running at me.
Okay. Like full force.
Dude, I haven't been hit like that since I was in my
I don't give a fuck. When the last time you got here?
So he shoves you to the ground. You fall to the ground.
Correct.
Okay.
Slightly, dude. It's not very slightly.
Okay. You hit your
It's
head.
my birthday
Don't,
month,
don't feel
so
anything.
all my gifts are coming in.
So you don't know
If sideways like this,
I get some free
you
fast
just landed
air.
under my one of my
She costs
gun.
like 25
Okay,
bucks.
so I had it on my wrist on my gun.
Okay.
Had to reach over to extract my hand.
To push yourself
I
back.
pushed myself up off of that, and as I'm reaching and pulling around, he's standing in front of me. As I come up, he's taking a step towards me.
Okay. Now let's discuss that. If you don't mind, could you sit on the ground real quick for me?
That's where I was.
I don't want you to hurt it.
No.
Okay. So you're on the ground, right?
I'm on the ground like this.
Okay. How far is the guy away?
Front of the car.
He's at the front of the car?
Front of the
So he's on
car.
that sidewalk, kind of curb area?
No, he's in front of the car, off the sidewalk.
Okay, right on the edge?
You got it.
So how far do you think he's away from you?
I might have been right at the edge of the back of the front door.
Of the car?
Correct.
Okay. So he's up by the front tire?
He's up by the front tires. No, further than that, man.
Further than this?
Further than that.
Okay.
The back further, he had to be further than
Okay. So he's about this far,
that. Yeah.
maybe even further.
And as I come up this way, because I have to come up off my hand, all right, I bring the gun out with me. And as I'm coming back this way, I can't support it, so I get this.
Okay.
And as
What does he do?
as I come out like this, he's taking his step,
Okay. Taking a step?
taking his steps towards me.
Okay.
So let's look at the footage.
Yeah, so let's look at this footage. Because he shoves you to the ground.
The suspect is shoved to the ground as he described. This is the moment he reaches for his gun. Marquise sees this and starts backing up. Marquise takes 3.5 steps back, and 2.5 seconds go by. Draca then fires his weapon.
How close does he get to you before you fire the gun?
Maybe to the front tire.
So show me where. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay, so right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Was he charging after you?
The soap you shower with? It's because I'll let you in on a little industry secret. Most
For some reason, I really like those commercials.
Well, you're saying
That
he's
shit made me
running?
buy it.
Well, it would have been running
I'm like, I'm so
behind the car.
you got it. I'll buy this shit.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you
The commercial's
know.
awesome.
You need to know.
What do you have to
Take
say?
him over.
Yo, Stan D. Yo, happy New Year, big homie. How's it going, man?
So you know he's doing.
What's up, dude?
You're coming or this CD on top? You need help? I got it. Okay. So, you're thinking he's gonna come to you?
I'm thinking he's coming to do the rest of it.
Did you see him with a firearm?
No, sir, I didn't see him with anything.
Okay, what do you mean the rest of it?
Whatever beating was coming after that.
He just asserted that he thought kicks or a beating was coming. If he had spoken with a lawyer, he would have been advised to not only state, but put considerable emphasis on the fact that he believed that his life was in danger. He would have essentially been told to say that it was either his life or the attacker's, and that there wasn't a shred of doubt in his mind that he would have been killed had he not fired his weapon in self-defense. Even without the surveillance footage to refute his version of the altercation, these statements alone would be extremely damning in a court of law.
So you thought he was gonna beat you and stuff?
You're not kidding.
Okay, alright.
So if he gonna hit me that hard to
Because I was
begin with
fucking with his wife?
blindside from the get-go, what else should I expect?
Okay, alright. So you're on the ground. You said he was running at you,
Work on that.
but he only
So
took like a
if somebody was
step.
doing that to
He
your
would have
wife,
if he had cleared it.
How would you
Yeah,
react?
cleared that and come
Oh,
around to
lock
him
up.
again.
Right.
That second.
Okay, so he only made one step.
He barely made the second step before I pulled the
You're
trigger.
lying because he didn't take any steps towards you.
Glock 23.
Okay.
Why do you think you guys gonna beat you?
Because I just got blindsided out of nowhere. Why? What else would I think?
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I've never been in that situation before. First thing I think is I'm getting hit like that, somebody's coming at me for more.
Okay.
What did the female do with that one?
The female just started screaming
Was she in the car or out of the car?
out of the car.
Okay, she's screaming that you just shot him, or?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay, you just hear her screaming.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm not paying attention to her anymore because I moved away from her. She's not a threat to me anymore.
Okay. All right.
anymore.
Let me ask you a
Now
question.
she's a threat to
You
you?
mentioned early that you asked Mustafa about video and stuff like that.
Correct.
That there do you think the video would show him charging it or running
It
at you?
should.
Okay,
There should be an angle right on that parking spot.
okay. What happens if I told you that I looked at the video and in no time and point does he come running up towards you? He actually takes a step back.
I would disagree.
Okay, I'm just asking. Okay.
I would disagree in a heartbeat.
Okay, all right. So, you said after he runs in the store and stuff like that.
Did you see me get hit?
Oh, yeah,
Where did it
absolutely.
come from? If you don't mind me asking, where did it come from?
Yeah, we'll get into that. But did she walks around the vehicle, does she go anywhere? Do you see her go anywhere?
She went to the front of the store, she was inside for a while, then she got in and moved her car.
Okay, so she came back outside the store.
She did.
Did you guys have any discussion?
The only thing I said to her was somebody's trying to see if you've got keys to your children.
Okay. Did, when the gentleman, before you fired the gun, did he make any threats towards you?
I never heard a word.
Okay, so he didn't say, I'm gonna kick your ass?
I never heard a word of anything.
Let's kind of back up, because
So you
I'm
got
just
that
trying to
from the beginning,
understand.
as soon as you saw him?
Excuse me, before, you shoot him, okay? And he had already shoved you, right? You said you thought he was going to come kick you and basically finish the job.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear him make any statements?
Negative, he never made a word.
Okay, like I'm coming, I'm
Never
coming to
said
finish.
a word until I fired, but then I never said a word when he dumped me either.
Right. So you never said, what the
No,
hell,
sir.
dude? Okay, so you guys don't have any type of,
I barely even saw the man.
no, I mean, after he pushed
no.
you, you were on the ground, you're trying to get to your sidearm.
No talks between us
Okay.
at all.
You don't ask him what the hell.
I gotta
dude,
come up with
why'd
a
you push
question.
me?
No,
He doesn't make any statements, I'm gonna come kick your ass?
no, negative.
Okay.
Didn't say a word about
So
it.
you made no threats that he was gonna come finish his job?
Assumption, definitely.
Okay, so you just assumed he was gonna come do that?
Any smart person would.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I get it, I understand it. So-
So, from the museum?
And then you shoot him,
like that.
Just one time, correct?
Time of sex.
Okay.
Neutralize.
And then he just neutralize it?
Neutralize, and then that's it. There's no reason to
What do you mean, can you elaborate, what do you mean neutralize?
neutralize the immediate threat.
Okay.
And then that's it. I don't, no reason to go overboard anywhere.
Sure, okay, I get it. And then people are getting,
I shoot to save my own ass, and that's that.
okay.
I feel like that's two parts. Like, tell me two things.
Do you understand that? I mean, do you, they're going through your mind as they're going and talking to these people, informing them of them being parked in a handicap spot, that they might not take that right. That it might go sideways a little bit.
Well, sure, but that's why I take precautions as well.
What was the other one? That's okay, but no, I'm talking about the
I'm a
movie.
very careful person, and I have a permit.
He has just stated that he was fully aware beforehand that a serious altercation could have arisen from his actions, and then justified these actions on the grounds that he was carrying a weapon. He has essentially just tried to condone the provocation of a potential violent encounter because he was protected, showing no consideration for the safety and well-being of others. It could be argued that he gave no thought to the potential harm said provocation could cause anyone apart from himself.
Okay, do you think you'd go knock on these people's, or I should say knock on these people's?
Yeah, I
Do
don't
you think you'd go confront them?
like to their face.
It's approaching, so we use the term approach instead of confront.
Okay, but it is up to the person who's in the car to actually confront.
If you go up to somebody and approach them, they can take that as being confrontational. You can't really interpret how
That
they're
would
going to
make
take it.
them confrontational.
But if you go up to somebody and you approach them about being parked in a handicapped spot, do you think you'd be willing to do that and take that risk if you didn't take these precautions? Because you don't know how they're going to react.
I've been carrying a gun most of my adult life, so I can't really answer that in a way that would satisfy you.
Okay, well, and would you approach these people if you didn't?
Once again, I don't know. I would have to say yeah,
Okay.
but I wouldn't know because, like I said,
You always carry.
I've always
Defeat COVID-19, we need every Pennsylvanian to do their part. That means washing your hands for 20 seconds and maintaining a social distance of 6 feet. Together, we can stop the spread. PA Units Against COVID. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Yeah, my money, bitch.
Ooh, babe, what about this?
Since how long you carried it?
I was 22,
How old are you now?
48.
Well, let's say on the video, watch a video, whatever, and he doesn't approach you or make any steps towards you like you indicated.
Exactly what I saw.
Okay, so you saw him come towards you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what happens if he didn't come towards you? Would you still fire around?
There's no reason to. If he's retreating, then I don't need to use my firearm.
What if he's just standing still?
I still don't need to use my firearm.
He has just removed a potentially strong argument from a defense team. Upon reviewing the surveillance footage, the defense could have asserted that the defendant was still in considerable fear of his life, even though the suspect was retreating. This could have further asserted the argument that his actions were not the result of malignant anger, but rather the result of irrational fear.
Did you see, when you saw this guy after he pushed you, did you see anything on his face? Did you see any facial expression?
Negative. All I saw was a man trying to do me.
What were his hands doing? Did you see
I
that?
have no clue. Okay?
Were you able to see him? Were you able to see the guy's hands?
I didn't see his hands per se, and I didn't see his face at all. I don't know what he looks like.
Could you see his legs, his feet, anything like that?
I might have seen the legs. I know he was a black guy, that's it. Maybe his arms, I'm not sure.
Could you see anything he was doing other than...
Watching his feet, watching his hips.
All right. So if he was standing still, you would have seen no reason to...
No,
pull
sir.
that trigger. Okay.
If he hadn't twitched, I never would have pulled that trigger.
When that gun was out, did you make a decision to shoot when you pulled the gun out, or was that decision made afterwards?
Negative decision I made as soon as he moved.
Okay. Did you remember having time to think and process?
Every time to think.
But you
As soon
hadn't...
as that gun was out, the twitch goes, that's it.
Okay. But you said you actually pulled the gun out before you made the decision to shoot, right?
I'm not pulling it out with the intention of pulling the trigger.
Okay.
Okay, if I come up on target and I need to shoot, I'm shooting.
If you would have pulled that gun, between the time you pulled that gun, if you had been on your back and you pulled that gun and you had it on him, if he would have been standing still, do you think that trigger would have gotten pulled?
No.
Did you have time to really look at him and tell that he was coming towards you?
The feet said he was coming towards me, and so did the hips.
What kind of twitch was it?
The hip twitch. Right foot comes around this way, like he's going to come right past that coffin, and that was that.
How much time do you think it was between when you pulled that gun out and when you
I don't know.
pulled the trigger?
I don't know.
How much time did it seem like to you?
It seemed like a split second.
Okay.
All right, Michael, we'll be right back. So, we spoke before on Detective Shields in the Sheriff's Office. We're here to do a buccal swab, which is a swabbing of your cheeks if you consent to it. We're gonna go over a consent form here. These are our forensics.
All right, I got a quiz question, but I definitely want to wait until a few more people get in here. Let everybody wake up and get some coffee for their hangovers. Because like I said, I want as many people to participate as possible. So if we get 7 or 8 people, I'll ask the quiz question. I'm gonna try to figure out a few quotes to put on there myself now. Where this come from? Who knows where this comes from?
What does that say in your tattoo?
Follow the White Rabbit.
Yeah.
Or the Matrix. That's the Matrix.
Her initials were SAD.
Follow the White Rabbit.
You want to put some symbols? You want to put like a crown or something?
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you. Let me put your symbols back.
Sorry, man. You go on
Might
water or
write
something like
COVID-19 on here again, though.
Like, we just want to talk to you.
Coronavirus?
It's real.
That's what you got.
See, everybody there walking their damn dogs and shit.
R.I.P. to Nipsey.
So, in regards to
I would, but I never brought a Nipsey Hussle album.
Yeah, but it's from other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not. You approve for Biden and Harris.
Okay, and you felt
Yeah, but I'm definitely, I've kept up with more pertaining to Biden and Harris than Nipsey Hussle. I know about what's going on with these guys, like all that shit.
So after
That's what you want on there?
in your words,
Make it like
you fall
pop.
to the ground.
No,
Correct.
you don't have to. I'm just saying, because look at this. This is a whole bunch of random shit. And you got Wu-Tang,
And then-
which I fuck with Wu-Tang.
Yeah, because Wu-Tang is legend, and I know Wu-Tang, and I've bought plenty of Wu-Tang albums. It's a different.
But you're working on trying to get your firearm.
That's not that I don't like him. I don't know enough about him to be like, oh, I want his name as a part of art. Like, I've never bought an album from him. I'm that, and like, I've only known about as much about Hustle because it happened to be dying.
Yeah, I just said, you just don't know as much about him. Thank you.
So, you thought, okay, when you looked up and you see him, what's going through your mind?
He said he wanted back in. I don't know about that.
Might
Bro.
happen again.
Okay. To do what? What did you think he's gonna do?
Thinking he's gonna finish what the hell he just started.
Okay. And to you, like,
I could put a list of names like
elaborate a little bit on the finishing.
Nipsey Hussle didn't die this year. They died last year.
Right.
I can't
Well,
elaborate on
it's 2
something
years
I
ago.
don't know about.
What do you think he was gonna do?
19,
The clip come after me again.
COVID-19.
What he would have done is just pure conjecture.
Did you think he was maybe gonna get
She said
physical?
who else died this year. I could just put like a list of names.
Debo died.
Negative. I do not.
R.I.P. Debo.
Debo died. Yo, when we was watching that one video, Debo.
These statements were used by the prosecution to further assert his lack of consideration for the safety and well-being of others. As he stated earlier, he was aware that his decision to approach the vehicle could have resulted in an altercation, potentially a violent one. Yet he has just confirmed that he has no hand-to-hand fighting experience or training whatsoever, meaning that his boldness in the situation solely came from the fact that he was armed with a deadly weapon, thus making him highly inclined to using it when far less force would have sufficed. The prosecution...
You're not a fight.
What do you think he was gonna do?
The clip would come after me again. That's about it. What he would have done is just pure conjecture.
Did you think he was maybe gonna get physical with you?
Sure.
Okay.
In a fair fight, did you think?
Negative. I do not fight. Never have been a fighter.
No?
Never.
Ever?
Ever. I didn't even fight in school.
These statements were used by the prosecution to further assert lack of consideration for the safety and well-being of others. As he stated earlier, he was aware that his decision to approach the vehicle could have resulted in an altercation, potentially a violent one. Yet he has just confirmed that he has no hand-to-hand fighting experience or training whatsoever, meaning that his boldness in the situation solely came from the fact that he was armed with a deadly weapon, thus making him highly inclined to using it when far less force would have sufficed. The prosecution prosecution essentially stated that he was willing to kill in order to prevent himself from getting moderately hurt in the situation that he initiated.
I mean, what do you, finish the job, what do you mean?
Finish whatever he started. I have no clue what he started.
There you go. So you telling me just because you can't fight and you didn't want to get your ass beat for something you started, you killed somebody? Nah, nigga, we ain't playing like that. It ain't gonna go down like that, homie.
What his end game was.
Right, okay.
I was in the dark about that, so that makes me believe to myself.
Oh damn, I should have said it a minute ago. There's 6 people in here. Y'all ready for the quiz, man? Everybody need to roll up in here so we get ready for the quiz question.
A lot of people's stimulus checks been hitting. Y'all better check
Hi,
your
it's Sam
accounts.
Barker here from the Motley Fool.
My best friend just texted me and said they got the stimulus check this morning.
Last time my shit came in the mail, I got a hard copy.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting it in the mail, but
Fool headquarters is now a sad shell of its former self.
I know if I get mine, it'll be in the mail.
I really don't.
If you get yours to your account, your stimulus check might be there.
Other than your hand.
Okay. All right, I got you.
So it,
Some type of weapon.
force multiplier.
You know terminology we don't.
Peace.
I learned it from
Yeah,
I seriously didn't know what that meant. And I just want to tell you this, you know, just to let you know, the gentleman you shot is deceased.
Thank you for telling me. Nobody else will be with
So. Okay. You got any questions for me or anything?
Protons, electrons, atoms causes explosions. This nigga's stupid.
All right.
Is the echo coming just from the speakers, or is it my voice that's giving off a echo as well? Microphone. Go back to three. Oh, it's just when the speakers are playing? Okay. Well, I want to finish this. I want to hear how they trap this dude up, and I want to hear them tell him, like, you're lying and you're going to jail.
Approximate time is about 2,200 hours. The review will be concluded.
Draco was released without charge as the investigation was ongoing, but was arrested 25 days later on August 13th and charged with a single count of manslaughter. During those 25 days, Draco was named as the accused aggressor in 4 prior road incidents ranging from 2012 to 2018, where threatened drivers with a gun. 2 were male, 2 were female, including a young mother with 2 children in the car. He was interviewed by WTSP 18 days after his arrest.
I just want you to tell me about yourself.
Okay. I'm pretty much your normal, average, everyday person with average problems, I would suppose.
Right.
I don't know what everybody else's problems are, but
right.
You know, I've got money troubles. You know, we've got moving troubles.
Right.
But other than that, everything.
Right. Take me back to, I'm going to call it that day. What kind of morning did you have July 19th? Were you working? Were you walking the dogs? Were you...
I don't think this is really the right place to go into specifics about that day.
Well, I wasn't talking about the actual incident of the shooting. I was just saying what your day was like. Coffee?
Normal, everyday day, really, nothing that...
Saw the wife off to work?
Yeah, nothing too surprising out of any of it.
Everybody involved with this case, a lot of people involved with this case have spoken up. The sheriff has spoken out. The prosecution has spoken out. The McLaughlins have spoken out. Al Sharpton has spoken out. And we felt that it was necessary to hear from the person at the center of this case. The McLaughlins have been very, very hard and descriptive about you as a person. Is there something that you could say to them that might give some clarity about who you are or how you feel?
I really don't think this is the right place to talk to the family directly.
Right. How many dogs do you have? And what kind are they?
German Shepherd.
All right.
You in jail.
It seems like this is striking a chord with you.
Yeah, I don't. Miss my girls. Miss my girls.
That you do.
All of them.
Yeah.
And I bet them kids miss their father too.
Is there anything in your mind that
girls, and you can have visits and all that shit.
change?
They will never see their pops
Now
again.
that you have a chance to look back, is there anything you would change? With what happened, how it happened? Is there anything that you would change or...
Yeah, I went and shot that canoe. And then in the 2 years previous to that, I pulled my gun.
Look at him. He don't look like
Yeah. And the 2 years prior to that, he pulled his gun on 4 different people with traffic and getting mad and shit. Brandishing your gun at a mom with 2 kids.
Yeah.
Crazy ass fucking
No,
Okay. People that have come down to speak about the events and things of that nature, and they get the feeling that there might be a racial overtone to this incident.
No, there's almost no way of that. Number one, my upbringing really prevents that from coming out of me ever. My parents weren't that way. You know, it was always trying to get along with everybody.
Happy
Green
to
eggs
hear
and
the
ham.
same goddamn
You know,
shit.
Everybody's different. And I grew up during desegregation, not segregation. Okay, so it's not like was sheltered from other cultures or races, from a very young age. And my professionalism beyond that it prevents me from saying stuff like that anyway.
So I can look you in the eye right now and ask you, if you are a racist, what would be your answer?
I'm not racist. Yo, forget
You do
about
not
it.
hate black people.
Yo, Glover, Crown Boys.
He was released from jail 1 month after this interview on a $100,000 bond. His trial began on August 19th of 2018.
One of the most high-profile trials in the Bay Area will officially get underway.
Michael Drake's attorney will argue that Drake fatally shot Marquise McLaughlin in self-defense.
ABC Action News reporter Jasmine Stiles joins us live now from Clearwater with a breakdown of the jury.
At 8:45 this morning, prosecutors and the defense will give their opening statements to 6 jurors. We know that they are mostly white and none of those jurors are black. It took about 2 days to whittle down the large pool of potential jurors.
And watch his reaction when he finds out in the interview that Mr. McLaughlin had expired. He's not celebrating. He's not proud. He's not happy. That shows you that it wasn't his intention or his desire to take a human life. He did what he thought he had to do in the moment, in split-second timing, given that he was attacked. It's not a high-definition video. You heard their own experts say it was standard definition. We don't even know the age of the cameras that capture the images. But clearly, it's not the best images. And we heard about this compression artifact. You're going to see that there's some wavy lines when you watch the video and the deliberation.
What's that?
You're going to see this little...
Anywhere Inside Again has the solution
that
for
nigga,
your bed.
he should got 20
Get a
years.
free adjustable base with the
He
purchase
should've
of
got
select
30
mattresses.
Get that
Plus,
commercial?
with free next day delivery.
I got a quiz question for today, so we can get somebody to write something on the canvas.
At one point, on the grill of one of the cars at one point. So it's not completely representative of what occurred. And it's certainly not high definition representative.
He isn't
Color seems to be
completely
off, very
racist.
low color.
You
You
friends
heard
with
the
PlayStation?
Stormers say
How you on the stream
that
if you're not on my
Mr.
friends
Draker
list?
came in every day. He didn't know he carried the weapon. Mr. Draker never said, hey, I got a gun. I carry a firearm. Had no idea. And how did he describe Mr. Draker? He said he was always calm. And in this video interview, he's calm. Seems a little depressed, calm. He doesn't seem proud or excited or anything like that. Very calm. Everyone that described him said he was calm, cooperative, nice guy. He had no time to think.
You had
He had no time to
think.
analyze the situation.
Got an email.
He was attacked. He was blindsided. He says that. Listen to him in his interview. Those clips the state didn't play to you. So I just hope that
I
as
picked
you
up
go
a
back and
commission
deliberate
yesterday
on
too, so I gotta
extreme,
start that today or tomorrow.
fundamentally important
I
constitutional
don't know like
issues.
what's gonna be open.
Remember,
If
we
shit
live
is
in
open
America.
today, I might go print some pictures out
Mr.
today.
Drake
Just
is
try to start on
presumed
it
not
today.
guilty
It's a smaller
unless the
canvas. She only
state
wants
is
my
able to
standard
overcome that
size.
presumption by evidence and testimony. We respectfully submit to you that that is
The client only wants my standard size 18 by 24 inch canvas, which is, I don't know, like nowadays these right here seem kind of small to me, but I think 18 by 24 is like half that size or something. So it's not going to be a really big canvas, but it is going to be detailed, and I have to merge two pictures to make it look like one. Actually may have to use like 3 different photographs to get the final product for what I want it to look like. So definitely have to start on that, but I want to get a little bit more done on this canvas before I get pulled away from it. So damn, let me put out a message on Facebook real quick. I'm gonna catch it in a second, bro.
I love the little like presets that they have on Canva or whatever. But then I feel like if I use their thing that they already have, like how many people have probably already used it, right? These pre-made templates that they have for these CD covers, and they're for like artists. And I love these, but I just feel like how many people do you think probably use these already?
Well, and
I mean, I don't know. I just don't. I like all my shit to be my shit. So it's like, that's why with all these other CD covers, I just made them myself. But I really like these templates, and I need a lot of art for promo. Oh shit. You know, it's really January already. Like, I feel like it was just May.
Oh yeah. I tell you right now, bro. I don't take a lot of friends on my Facebook, man, cause people call me racist and shit. So I know you know I ain't racist. You've been watching my stream for a long time. But like when I see friend requests on Facebook, man, I just ignore most of them shits. I'll be trying to get people to go to my art Facebook page. But if you really want to be on my Facebook friends page, hey bruh, hey you step through that door at your own risk. I talk shit about everybody except black people. Sometimes, because black people do dumb shit too. But I try to mitigate that. Wow, everybody's just like so old now. I can't believe like I'm grandparent age already. Like most of my classmates and friends, like their kids are having kids. Oh, Jesus Christ. At least I'm holding out on the gray hair, cause like all my homies are fucking gray as shit, yo. Like my homies are gray. I looked at one of my other best friends, like his beard, like that shit got so much gray in it. I'm like, damn, yo. And I got it.
Don't say nothing yet, baby, because once you get one, they all start.
I know. I mean, I got it. I got some gray, but I don't know. I just would assume like I would be as gray as everyone else by now. But then one of my other homies, that motherfucker still look like he 25, yo. That mother, he don't smoke. Though. He never ever smoked. He like tried that shit. Or, I don't think he's a big drinker either. Yeah. 2021. What the fuck? I feel like I'm living in the future. I was born in 1981. That's why you cut the dreads. I wasn't gonna say that out loud. But if I start I think I may be getting a little bald patch. If that shit get too bad, I cut them shits off too, man. Fuck it. Yeah, when I was a kid, I can't even imagine, like, being this old. That shit is crazy. Like, oh, the year 2021. It just sounds so futuristic, man. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine the year 3021? And then people of that age look back like, oh, people 1,000 years ago, they were so stupid. Like, and look how lame their technology was. Like, they were still driving like cars using combustion engines and burning like fossil fuels. Like that shit was weird, yo. Like 1,000 years from now, motherfucker, I'm bald, but I'm paid though.
I got that bald money.
I'm bald, but I'm paid though, bitch. And what? I got documentations, paperwork to show this shit. I mean, one of the coldest things I ever heard this old head say, yo. This was years ago too, yo. And this motherfucker was like an old head baller. You know what I'm saying? Got the biggest house on the block. Got motherfucking 5 cars in the yard. Damn near everything foreign. He got a goddamn like one of those first the big Hummers, Jaguars, some goddamn Mercedes. Like motherfucker just he out there talking to the young guys one day, and one young boy talking about macking bitches or some shit. The old head's talking about, see, I don't gotta have no game. Y'all boys gotta have game and try to spit all this shit to these bitches. Man, I'll buy a bitch. It's like, I just buy a bitch. I don't got to say shit, nigga. Y'all gotta have all that game and shit. I just buy a bitch. I was like, damn. Motherfucker just spit that old pimp shit. Motherfucker say, I'm paid though. I'm saying, don't matter.
No, I'm really over here having some fun. Look at what I'm doing, babe. It's gonna be like a little GIF, whatever it's called.
Mm.
And then this picture will be still. It had a picture of a chick there, but it's just some random one.
Who the hell posted this right here? Hold up. I remember when they brought her back from space. It was a video. Every wonder what she was doing up there. Black woman found on the moon in 1970s. The moon is now used as a satellite, and it's a 100 million years old space center. What the fuck? Exactly, bro. That was the first night we hung out, yo. Yo, what about, yo, didn't they make a movie about the Clemson Tigers, yo? What's the name of that movie? I meant to ask you about that shit. You seen that shit, Puff? Yeah, I was like, I seen the preview for that shit. I'm like, yo, was that Clemson? Who the dude is? They made a movie about some dude, man, who was struggling through college, trying to raise his brother and all kind of shit, man. But he was playing for Clemson. I was like, look, go ahead, Clemson, telling a feel-good story about a black boy from South Carolina. I ain't never heard this shit though, man. I'm on Facebook looking for some news, trying to find something we can talk about, because we've been here for an hour and a half already. And somebody say a black woman found on the moon in 1970s. This shit seems so fucking fake.
Oh, I need a perfect picture when this is not.
Go to the history on there in YouTube and play that video I just tried to play. Every time we get a few people, I can't hold them long enough to answer the question. I mean, to ask the question for today. It's a real easy question too, man.
Which video?
The last one, the Moon Girl.
I studying.
So we have a big window, a big gap.
There's still so many questions left in these rocks. It's exciting times just to be studying them.
So we have a big window, a big gap in our understanding of the early Earth, and the moon preserves that history.
Where did all of this stuff come from? How did it form? What was the process? Does it happen all the time across the universe? Or are we somehow unique or at least unusual? What does it all mean?
I'm Katie Atkinson, and this is NASA Explorers Apollo, where we tell stories about our moon and the people who explore it. When astronauts traveled to the moon, they explored its mysterious surface.
Look at that soil. It's all cake looking, and it is. Okay, let me get the soil.
Yeah, yo, I used to listen to Coast to Coast too, man. They be up on all the conspiracies, yo. But they do everything from aliens to Bigfoot to the Loch Ness Monster to multi-dimensional beings to the Illuminati, Bilderbergs. I mean, they Coast to Coast, they'll talk about anything. Hollow moon, flat earth, goddamn hollow earth. Like, shit, any kind of conspiracy topic, they'll talk about that shit. But I can't remember ever hearing something about a moon girl.
Okay. Oh yeah. Very good.
They collected bits of soil, rock, dust to bring back to Earth. And they were pretty excited about it.
Oh, hey, there is orange soil. Well, don't look till I see it. It's all over. Orange. Don't look till I see it.
Each sample was carefully harvested and preserved so that scientists of the future could learn more about the past. Inside of those samples, rich stories about the age of our moon and clues about its history. Natalie Curran is one of the keepers of these tiny, precious artifacts. She's been thinking about Apollo since she was a kid.
I think it was my uncle that brought me back. He went to Kennedy Space Center and he brought me a pack of postcards with all images from Apollo 11. They went all up around my wall when I was a child, and ever since I've always wanted to do something with space.
These days, Natalie calls herself a lazy astronaut. The moon rocks come to her instead of the other way around. Natalie is a NASA postdoctoral fellow and a planetary scientist who spends her days with Apollo samples.
I'm currently working in our Moongirl lab, which stands for Mid-Atlantic Noble Gas Research Lab, which is here at NASA Goddard.
Natalie focuses specifically on samples from Apollo 16, which she looks at to learn more about the formation of the surface of our moon.
So a lot of the samples that we have, they're quite old. So there's some of the older rocks that you get on the moon. So we're looking at rocks that are older than 4 billion years old. Every time you look at something or think of something like that, what you've just analysed is older than anybody that we know, anything that we know is living, and that, again, is quite an amazing kind of achievement just in its own way to be holding and analysing these ancient rocks.
As it turns out, the moon can teach us a lot about the history of our solar system. Scientists like Natalie study lunar rocks, soil, dust, and sand. She and her fellow scientists weigh, measure, and scrutinize samples to find answers, and sometimes even more questions. The process teaches scientists about the makeup and evolution of our moon, but it also reveals plenty about our home planet.
Unlike the Earth, which we've had quite a complex history of like plate tectonics, where it's erased some of the surface, the moon hasn't had any plate tectonics like that. So the actual surface of the moon provides a perfect archive of both lunar history and like solar history that we can go click some different age samples and can tell us a lot about how the moon and the early solar system has evolved.
Uncle Puff said.
I started
Moon
I started back
goes
watching it, yo.
farther back in our past than we can on the Earth.
I don't know. It seemed like I had to start watching it like last year or the year before last. And recently I was watching the episode of Joe Rogan. And he had an astronaut on there. And they were talking about space and shit. And then the astronaut asked Joe Rogan, he was like, "You ever watched The Expanse?" And he was like, "Nah." And the astronaut was like, "Yo, it's a good ass show." So I was like, let me watch that shit. Then I started watching it again and realized, oh, I already watched I watched like the whole first season. Probably the first 2 seasons of that shit, yo. About the detective dude and his little sidekick buddy. The Expanse, that shit is crazy as shit, yo. And just how much humans spread out in the future, yo. Motherfuckers everywhere. Earth, Mars, the asteroid belt. Motherfucking everybody fighting for dominance and supremacy. The asteroid belt, people feel like they getting used. Because they the ones providing all the resources and shit, but they get treated like shit. Mars like, fuck you, Earth. Our military way better than your shit. So. And I really do think that's how it's going to be. Like, I really feel like there's a strong chance that we're going to colonize Mars over the next 1,000 years. Yeah, and that's why the astronaut dude said he liked the show. He was like, they're not like half stepping on the science part. You know, it's something like a hardcore science guy can get into because it's believable. You know, don't make it so fantasy that it's like magic and you can't explain this shit. But like, yeah, even a fucking astronaut said, yo, it's a cool ass show because the science is there. You know, because you start making this science shit and it don't add up, then you're going to get motherfucking Neil deGrasse Tyson knocking at your door telling me, whoa, 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 whoa. That's not how physics works. Yeah, I thought I had some fucking Gorilla Glue. I done looked over this whole goddamn house and cannot find my goddamn Gorilla Glue. I don't know what the fuck I did with that shit, bro. And it's starting to piss me off. I ain't gonna lie. I look all in the basement, all in the studio, all in the storage room. Like, I cannot find this Gorilla Glue anywhere. And I know for a fact I had that shit. I know for a fact I still had some of that shit left. It's just like, where the fuck did I put it? Oh my god, yo, my short-term memory is fucking fried.
I think I'm about to go bake that cake.
Yeah, I can't find that glue. I'll probably go to Lowe's in a minute.
I might try to go find some lamb today. There might actually be some now. Maybe. All right, guys, you ready for the quiz challenge question of the day? Yes? Yes, no, maybe so? All right, here we go. The quiz question for today is, yo, Happy New Year. The quiz challenge question is, should I do a two-part question to make it tough on you guys? It's still early.
It's too early for a tough question? Screw that. This is my art we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is for the art. This shit can't be easy. Can't be too hard. That's why it's called a challenge, because it should be challenging. So, the quiz challenge question for today. Recently, I won a very prestigious award. What award did I win? And what contest did I win it from? And that's the question. 2-part question. Lou, what it do?
We need like some music.
Nah, cause my crowd's so slow, man. It take these suckers 17
That's
hours.
what I'm saying. We need some music to speed y'all up, make y'all work a little bit faster.
So the quiz challenge question for today is: recently, I won a prestigious art award. What is that award, and what contest did I win it from? 2-part question. 2-part answer. Whoever answers the question first, they can tell me whatever they want me to write on the canvas. Whatever you want to write up there.
One more person just came in.
I don't know, they're backing in and out trying to Google shit. I'll keep asking the question over the next few minutes. I hope I'm saying it as clear and as plain as I can so that everybody understands like what I'm asking for you. Hey, Puff, that sounds like an excuse, and that's your problem. I've been studying because I'm a genius. Never been on social media. Well, sorry, bro. Some of us are on social media. You be ghosted shit on social media. I post some shit on Instagram. I'm like, oh shit. At first, I don't be knowing who the fuck this is. I'm like, who is this person I'm following? Oh, that's Puff. Nigga ain't post shit in 17 Sundays. A dog that barks bears no teeth. If you throw a stone, a hit dog will holler.
Now.
All right, so the quiz challenge question of the
It's
day
titled Rope Appeal.
is for the goal to get whatever you want written on the canvas. It can be a quote, a phrase, a saying, a mantra, a one-liner that your granddaddy always said that you thought was cute and has a sense of nostalgia for you. As long as it's not negative, derogatory, racist, gratuitous, or anything like that. Whatever you want me to write, whatever it is, I'll write it on this canvas, and you will be a part of this painting. Your ideas, your own words, whatever you come up with, I will implement that, and you will be a part of this project personally. You will be intertwined with this painting forever, for all time. So, in order to have your saying written on here, you have to correctly answer the quiz question. The current quiz challenge question is: I have recently won a prestigious art award. What is that award, and what contest did I win it from? If you can answer that 2-part question, I'll let you write something on the canvas. You can Google me. You can go to my Facebook page, or you can go to my Instagram page. I don't know if I posted it on Twitter or not, but like, I'm pretty quiet on Twitter and Tumblr. So Facebook, Instagram, and Google are good ways to find these answers. I mean, they're out there for you. My Google Fi is strong. So, whoever comes up with the answer first. It's a simple 2-part question, 2-part answer. What contest gave me the award? And what's the award? Yeah, no. Whoever gets it first, bro. Until then, I'll just keep coming up with stuff that I want to write on here. I need something big. I want to write like some big letters. I don't want to cover up this too much. That's why I want to start writing some bigger stuff now and then have littler stuff written on top of the big stuff in the back. So we got enough little brushes. Now we need like bigger shit to cover up the little stuff. So. Anybody use Mac? I got a Dell with the Intel i5, the 10th generation, bro. And I got an HP. Not sure what that is, Lou. Not sure what you're trying to say, but that ain't the answer. I'm gonna tell you right now, that ain't the answer to the question. So the quiz challenge question for today, or the current one, because I got to come up with another one. Probably do like 5 or 6 more questions, and so we can get 5 or 6 more people to help out on this painting. Yeah, you do that. Tell me you use Mac. Don't anybody know Mac? But you got that Dell. The quiz challenge question is: I recently won a prestigious art award. What is that award? And what contest did I win it from? Airbunch. I'm assuming airbrush. Any tips? Not really, bro. I have a little airbrush kit myself, and I've only used it a couple times. Not a really big fan of it. I didn't get the most expensive one. So it all depends on which type you get and how big your motor is that gives you that really strong air pressure. I guess the higher PSI your machine can give you, the better range of spray nozzles and spray tips you can use. But I just got like I had one little project to do, and I got like some rinky dink shit that uses compressed aerosol cans to push the paint instead of actually having a plug-in motor that generates air pressure. So, but I've never used it enough or had a project big enough where I needed to invest enough money in something I'm going to continuously use over and over. But so yeah, good luck on airbrushing. It's pretty cool. You get some really cool effects from that shit, but I don't know enough about it. Like I said, I've used it a little bit, and I got it to work. I was able to do what I needed to do, and it looked pretty good. But I'm not good enough to give anybody tips on airbrushing. YouTube University, though, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you asking the question, but there's guys who are dope as fuck in that, and they definitely have tutorials and shit out there for you. You like Windows suck too. I get it. Nobody's not even attempting to come up with an answer yet.
I'm not even gonna say nothing.
What?
I just want to see when you ask the question, like you just asked, like you just said a whole bunch. Like, look, if you can answer this, you get to write something. This is the question.
Yeah. When you go back to sleep?
No. I'm about to go make myself something to eat.
All right. Quiz challenge question. I recently won a prestigious art award. What award did I win? And what contest did I win it from?
You still don't want no tea, coffee, or nothing? Or nothing to drink?
No, I got some juice in there.
Wouldn't you have a smoothie or something?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. We definitely need some cybersecurity. To make sure nobody's hacking our internal files and shit.
There's no running 5G, and it's rolling as we speak. Instead of trying to beat it,
You say, how do you pay like that their class? Henry, I'm not sure. Question: how do I paint? What class do I take classes? Do I give classes? I haven't taken art classes in a long time. But I did have a really good art teacher in school, and I had a really good mentor several years ago that taught me some shit. But I don't take classes, and I haven't been able to give classes for a while. I don't know, that's like, oh, like stupid means funny sometimes. It's just a play on words. I get it. Class means amazing. Appreciate it, bro. Practice, homie. That's all it is. I'm in the studio all the time. Just working on as much art as I possibly can. I actually have a commission I need to start today or tomorrow if things are open, and get that underway. So, but yeah, just I paint so well because I paint all the time. That's all it is. The more time you practice doing anything, the better you get good at it. So,
come on, coming in or out?
I can't leave the stream until somebody answer this damn question, at least one question. And then I really am going to do like an afternoon stream. I've been doing morning streams for so long that I need to try to stream a different time of the day and get a different audience, and so that more people can have access to the questions, yo. Some people aren't up early all the time like this, so I hate for only a certain group of people to be able to even answer the questions. But that's what I'm saying too. Like, you're in Ireland, so what time of the day is it for you over there? For me right now, it's 8:32 in the morning. It's 8:32 in the morning, and I've already been here for roughly 2 hours. Oh yeah, I definitely sell my art. I sell more commission work than I sell my own personal work because I value my art so much that some people think it's fairly expensive when it's not. Not compared to the time and effort I put into creating my art. Like, I feel like I actually make my art way cheaper than it should be. But my personal pieces don't just go flying off the shelves. That's why I have tons of art in my house. But I do fairly well with commissions. Like I said, I have to start. It's 1:30 in the morning. Wow. I do have a commission that I'm going to start today, which is a paid job, and it's, several $100s, which is good because I like the money. You know what I'm saying? But my commissions are way cheaper than my personal art. Like, I'll do a commission for less than $1,000, but I rarely sell any of my art for less than $2,000. And most of my artwork is $3,500 or better, going up towards, $7,000, $8,000 per painting. But these are large format, original concept oil paintings. And I think if someone cherishes my ideas and my art as much as I do, they wouldn't hesitate to spend $8,000 on it if that's what they really want and they're financially able to do so. So I'll just hold on to my artwork at the prices they're set at now. And once I can get my name into the right circle of people, $8,000 painting ain't shit for the right person. Once again, like one of Joe Rogan homies said, he sells paintings for $60,000, and this shit is cool, but it's not as technical as mine's. You know what I'm saying? We both have different concepts, but cool concepts. But like, you can look at his artwork and like for $60,000, but that's what people would pay for, if they're aware of your art. So I just have to make the right art buyers and art collectors aware of me and aware of what I'm producing. And in order to do that, you just got to stick at it and just keep making work and keep getting in the right circles and meeting the right connections, and sooner or later the right person to see your shit.
He is Irish for real with that last name of Crick.
My man Puff on the Beats. He bought a painting from me this year. He got a Travis Prince original. For the low price, you know?
Get on my nerves. My great grandmother was a McNulty. My grandma's grandma.
So, anyone feel like taking up the challenge of the quiz? Anyone even attempt to answer the quiz challenge for today? I'm going to continue to ask the question until someone, at least gives me a halfway answer that I can accept, to like acknowledge the fact that you at least tried to get the answer. So, the quiz challenge question is, I recently won a prestigious art award. What is that award, and what contest did I win it from? It's really simple. I entered an art contest. What's the name of the contest? I won an award. What award did they give me?
What if you guys describe 3 of the most recent projects you worked on?
Describing something takes a lot of words, and they'll be typing for a long time trying to describe some shit. Yeah, so I'm just trying to ask questions where you can just give me like a couple words for the answers. I haven't a clue. Well, and if you want a clue, you can Google my name. My name is Travis Prince. Like the son of a king is a prince. That's my last name. You can Google Travis Prince artist, and a bunch of stuff will come up. Or you can check out my Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and Twitter at Paintings by the Prince, and you will get all your clues here. From my Instagram and Facebook and Google, you can find out everything about my art, about my artistic endeavors, interviews, and anything about me you want to. And so that's where all your clues are at. So I haven't a clue. Now you have all the clues. So. Myers, I don't celebrate European holidays, so I hope you had a great Christmas. But I don't celebrate Christmas or anything like that, and I'm happy to take part in another flipping of the calendar, but it's still COVID season, so this is like 2020 plus 1.
21.
This is 2020 plus 1. I don't know. Is it going to be a great new year? You're gonna have to.
I think it's easier to find on Facebook than
Instagram. We're gonna have to talk to Dr. Fauci about that to see if this is going to be a great new year. Because I seen Will Smith movie I Am Legend. When motherfuckers started taking vaccines and everybody turned to zombies and the whole world died. And man, shit, man, come on, man. This might be worse.
Move.
This might be the worst one. So
go back in the ass.
Let's just ease into this year.
Every time we say it can't get worse, it definitely gets
I
worse.
swear, yo. Let's just ease into this year. Let's not give it some high expectations, it's just a great new year, and then wham, right in the kitchen.
Next thing after COVID, it'll be something else.
They already got COVID part 2, and they got like super gonorrhea that has come around because everybody's susceptible to COVID. I don't know how they linked super gonorrhea and COVID some kind of way.
And people getting the Bell's palsy from the vaccine already.
Oh my God, this is Bell's palsy, so just.
I said the same thing, Puff. I'm trying to make it easy for y'all. He said no.
Don't have Facebook anymore. It's not fair. I said go.
But I think it's easiest to find on Facebook too.
No, it's not. It's easiest to find on Instagram.
Don't nobody else seem to think so.
Because ain't nobody even looking on Instagram yet. Instagram. Wham!
I know, but it just doesn't stand out. That's the one thing that I just scrolled like right past. Okay, y'all, it is on his Instagram, but it don't stand out, so it's probably the one that you're just gonna scroll right past it.
You're such a bad host.
Hey, okay. My apologies, y'all.
I'm gonna have to start taking new applications. Anybody want to be a co-host?
Y'all can have it gladly, because I don't get paid for this anyway.
It's bad in Ireland. It's pretty bad over here.
Oh, that mutant strain over there in Europe right now.
Yeah, cause y'all have that new. Y'all got COVID part 2 already. You see, we ain't really got COVID part 2 yet over here, but we scared of it already. So me and my friend tried to go out for lunch the other day, and there's nowhere to dine in again. You can order out and take out food, but like restaurants are closed down again, bars are closed down again, and they may not open back up until like I think the lady said February or some shit, like the second week of February. So it's weird, and they force everyone to wear a mask everywhere you go, and it doesn't seem to work because they keep saying, you know, our number of cases are spiking higher than ever, and California is really bad, and I don't get it, yo. All right, so this is another question I just want to ask people in here right now. Who has tried to find the answer? Just say, you can just type the letter I. I tried to find it. I tried to look for it. Is anyone even looking for it? Because it's like right there. I said I recently won a prestigious art award.
Yay!
Come on, Puff. Come on, Puff.
Part 2.
Come on, Puff. What you doing, Puff?
Let's go.
And what was the prize that I win? And it's like, it's all right there.
I know, babe. I know, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for speaking my mind.
Okay, so what? Come on, Puff. Finish it up. It's a 2-part question.
Oh my God, an 8 p.m. curfew?
Wow, we got 10. Some counties have 10 p.m. around here, and some other states. I don't know if anybody has an 8 p.m. curfew. That's pretty early. I think any state or county that has a curfew right now, it's from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Okay, it was the State Museum. Now, what was the prize that I won? Come on, Puff. Finish it up, man.
Puff with the fast internet.
Wrap it up. It says it right there.
Puff had his coffee now. Everybody else still asleep.
So somebody please give this man a round of applause for correctly answering the quiz challenge. This man say he won the State Museum 2020 Purchase Prize Award. That is absolutely correct. That is absolutely the truth. My man Puff on the beats. Quick with the answers. I hope you ain't had to hack my shit to get that shit, bro, because it was on the front page. You ain't had to dive into this deep web and all that shit. But hey, whatever you want to write, homie, you know how this thing go. Hey, whatever you want to put on it, Puff about to be a part of the goddamn painting. That's what I'm talking about. Puff said, I'm about to be a part of this one, nigga. I'm going down in history. Damn. Hey, y'all missed the question. Puff on the beats. Got it, yo. The question was a 2-part question. Recently, I won a prestigious art award. What award did I win? And what contest did I win it from? And it was the State Museum's 2020 contest, and I won the Purchase Prize Award. So the museum actually purchased the painting, which is like the best award you can get. You know, because everybody else can win prizes and stuff, but like the museum doesn't keep your art.
You gonna tie this shit together? Yo, I hate when men be doing that shit with their beards and they got that little thing with all the beads in it.
Ad hominem act non-verbal. Hey, you can't do an ad hominem after you. Hey man, that's just that's a fallacy, yo.
Happy New Year from England, babe. What in the actual?
I got a toothache. Oh. Yo, my hair
Somebody
long.
come get this
Yo,
man.
my hair getting long as fuck, yo. My hair getting long as Puff, yo. When Puff cut his hair, yo, this shit was like this, yo. Puff had like an extra foot of hair, yo. This ad hominem or ad hoc.
Henry said peace out.
Jeez.
Ad hominem said it's Latin.
Hey, bro, I ain't scared of Google. I'm Googling your shit right now, bro. List of Latin phrases. Not words. This improvises ad hominem. Blow the belt, personal attack, rather than audience would recognize it at least.
They start attacking your character.
Yeah, exactly.
That, but what's the act, the non-verbal have to do with it? Is that like the whole thing? Because I've heard of ad hominem attacks, but not like that, not really like that.
Acta non verba. If you want to make it clear that you won't stand for lip service, toss acta non verba into your everyday language, meaning deeds, not words. This phrase is an easy way to make it clear that you don't kindly suffer those whose behavior doesn't match their words.
Okay, so is this about duality? Are we trying to have like some balance?
No, babe. It's just a phrase, that's all.
It's a whole phrase, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking, cause it's like an ad hominem attack, and then it's like you're not taking shit from nobody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so don't try to disprove my facts or what I'm saying by attacking my character, because I ain't standing for that shit. It's basically what it says, Joe. Yeah. Hey, I ain't the smartest man in the world. I ain't no full on dummy either. Now, you know, I have heard the phrase ad hominem before. Now, acta non verba, that is new for me. So,
right.
So putting all that together, it makes perfect sense. I get it. You know, so you just gotta, hey man, break it down in layman's terms for me. You know what I'm saying? You know, the most Latin I know is on the back of the dollar bill or on the coin, e pluribus enum, or something like that. Nuevis order seclium. So that's about as much Latin as I know, because Latin
I was
is
about to say they don't teach Latin in schools
Latin's
anymore. It's
Latin's
not
a dead language, so
right.
A lot of people don't know it. It's pretty cool that you are a student of Latin, and you just by having your gamer tag, you force people to search for new information, bro. That's cool as shit. Ad hominem acta non verba. But it's very cool. This is what I'm all about. Some little art, little education. You know what I'm saying? That's what I tell people. I learned just as much from you guys as I could ever teach y'all. Universal peace with the Wu-Tang emblem gold. Okay, I got you.
Puff wasn't playing.
He's on that shit for real, yo. Oh, you on my way, little bitch.
Yo, y'all see how he talked to this animal? He be doing her so dirty. Move out my way, little bitch.
Alright, where I'm gonna put that shit at, though?
Look at her like a sad sap in the corner, though. Mad because she ain't getting no more food.
I might have to put it right there again, like right in front of her, like this, like Wu-Tang, Universal Peace.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You do what you're doing.
I can hit it now.
You know what? Keep doing what you're doing.
Don't do that.
Alright, Puff already got his shit. Universal Peace. I don't know. I'm taking pictures of all these. Keep these in a little photo file. Next quiz challenge question. I gotta make this shit hard. Alright.
Lord.
Alright, this is gonna be kind of challenging.
I got a challenge for Travis. Torota's Blicky. These shits even stink. Smell it. Smell this. You know, with the Latin, as people like to talk about people. Gossiping is a sport nowadays. Here, baby. I don't know where my blunt tip is.
I'm really trying to get another question for you guys. That is a good one though.
What's that? Ooh. We could ask about that in the middle. Third row in the middle. I feel like that's a good question. It's not hard enough, you think?
It might be kind of easy.
I mean, you need a couple quotes, so.
Oh, jeez, guys.
I didn't roll it. I just put everything in there for you. You know what I did see yesterday? Some duck. I saw some duck yesterday. But it was like, you know, sometimes they have the pre-season stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like stuff like that. I'd rather season my own food.
Alright, guys, here's an easy question. Y'all ready? Since Puff answered the hard question, I guess I give y'all an easy question. Since it is 2021 already, damn. Last year, I developed and patented a product. What is that product? And there's not a lot of people in here anywhere.
Well, for the 2 people that are here, all y'all gotta do is go check out the social medias or Google to figure that shit out.
Last year, I developed and patented a product. What is that product? No? It's a real easy question, guys. Trust me, if you go to my social media or you Google, I definitely heard weed fall just now. Yo, these fucking drivers hate rolling and shit.
Yeah, and I hate the honeys. You the one who bought it. I swear they just go through dry spells. It's like 2 months they're good, and then another 2 months they're trash, and then another month they're in between. But you, what the answer?
That shit say, let me borrow $20 to tomorrow. I think I seen this. Not unless they make it say something else.
Don't take that goddamn shot.
Don't take that goddamn shot. Damn. My homie sent me that same clip and it said, what the one shit said, let me borrow $20 to tomorrow. You going back to sleep?
Might. I just might. So I'm chilling today. Today is my engineer's birthday. I have to see if they're gonna be all in the studio today. They're gonna turn the fucking levels up on that song, at least. Man, we'll make you work on your birthday. Just a little bit.
Puff, you can't answer all the questions.
And I'm gonna say that answer is kind of like, you gotta be more specific than that. It's so easy.
It says your paper shoulder.
What are those called? something else. My bad, Puff. Look, I don't even know shit.
See, Puff, you too smart for your own damn good. Yo, this nigga really changed that shit. Yo, how you do that, bro? Yo, is that my first time noticing this shit? That shit say NC now? When you do that?
Ain't it been like that?
No, it was NY. He from New York. And then he moved to North Carolina. And so now he really changed that shit. Damn. See, I'm from North Carolina now. Damn, yeah, that's the first time noticing that shit, bro. Bro, I gotta pay the gas bill. Let's see. I'm high as hell. Oh my damn.
Is that?
That's how much it costs to keep your ass warm, bro.
Really? You gonna blame it on me? Do you see this? But you know what? Do you know who walks around turning all the lights that you leave on off? Me. This
Damn.
man be having on lights in 5 different rooms.
I really don't want to pay this shit right now, yo. Fuck, yo. Well, there's my deposit for that painting I'm about to do. That was one bill. Half I just got that commission. That's why I be needing them commissions to come through. Especially I ain't really working right now neither. But that's how, man, the wintertime, it just is what it is, yo. I got a big ass fucking house and I live in Northeast PA where it's fucking 30 fucking degrees, 22 degrees and shit.
That's sticky icky.
All that bit in the dark, yo.
Nah, he does not like being in the dark, and I always want to be in the dark. Light some candles. Turn that shit off. Who's mixing and mastering? Honestly, I don't even know. Like, I got this one guy, and he wants $1,200 to mix and master the project, and it's 4 tracks. But like I said, Ganja, I own everything on Ganja, so I'm just kind of at a point. It's like, do I really want to spend $1,200? It's not that much, but to get it mixed and mastered, or do I just want to give him the $400 just to master the 4 songs? But again, I mean, this is just like some mixtape shit, so I do want to get it mixed and mastered, but I definitely want to stay within like the 500 to the 1,000 range. Because I'd rather like spend some real money to get Ganja, because Ganja's not even really, Ganja's mixed down, but it's not mixed all the way and it's not mastered, so I'd rather just pay him to master Ganja and put money into the video and distribution for that since I own everything. Whereas this project is just to get my name out there and give people some shit to listen to while I'm working on an exclusive album, so. But I definitely need somebody to mix and master, and since you Puff on the beats, it like, it's really crunch time too, like, it's really freaking crunch time. I would have dropped, my birthday's January 11th, and that's when I want to drop it, but if it's not ready by then, I'm not going to drop it. It's just going to be whenever in January that it's done, I'm going to release it, and it really doesn't even need, you know, much, like, as far as the mixing and, like, effects and all that shit, like, I don't want any shifting or auto-tune or chop and screw or none of that crazy shit. I'm trying to keep it real clean, just want it cleaned up and, you know, polished.
Okay.
And honestly, from the feedback I've been getting, I might just do 3 songs, because it seems like I'm Loving You was the favorite. So I might just do Wind Me Up, I'm Loving You, and Elevator.
Alright. Now I gotta come up with another questions, because Puff trying to answer all the damn questions. I'm gonna have to throw that one back in the mix later on though. Oh, we doing the questions again, yo. The quiz challenge. Question is to get shit written on the painting, bro. Just like the last one. Questions? I like questions.
Okay.
Wow, did I not post that? I didn't post that on
Musician's friend?
I didn't post that. Wow. I'm not on my Instagram at least. Oh, I'm not calling you. I was just making noises with my mouth. I'm sorry.
Musician's friend, what you mean? Is that like an email, or are you saying my engineer's person?
I guess that's where you can send it to. You should just Google that, musician's friend. Oh no, you can't participate, Tyson. You was already on the last one.
Musiciansfriend.com.
Oh wow. Say he detoxing off of social media. That's what's up though.
I see all the equipment on here.
Well, that's enough. That's enough to stay connected with some people without having them directly in your in your phone.
It's like Guitar Center. They just have studio equipment and guitars and stuff. I was looking to see if they had like some mixing and mastering services on the website, but there's nothing on here. No.
I might look up a different one if that's.
I mean, I did. I even typed it in this way too, and it's
all the same.
Music gear, music supply.
Okay.
Parent organization, Guitar Center. Subsidiaries, Woodwind and Brasswind and Harmony Central Group. And then they got some cool equipment. I wonder if the nail shops are open today. Keep saying I'm going, I never go. What, Erky? Erky ass, move. Come over here. Move. Well, why are you still trying to go? You the damn smartest and dumbest dog at the same time.
Okay, here's a good question.
Move.
Who was the last person I interviewed on my talk show? That's a good one.
Come on.
Where are you gonna take her out?
To make some coffee, babe. More coffee.
All right, the next quiz challenge question is, who was the last person I interviewed on my talk show? Ha ha ha. Now we got to work on Puff wants a Wu-Tang emblem with the words Universal Peace written in it.
If the nail shop's open, I'm gonna go
I can't find it, so I'm just have to go buy a new one. And see, the thing with this was Facebook. I met Kevin Owens, and he was nice. I don't know who Kevin Owens is. And it's not Joy Z, and you can't answer the question because you already got one. Y'all fucking high as shit, yo.
People are not asking the right questions because
I got one under the old name. That shit don't even count. That don't count. That was some dude named Tyson from New York. I, myself, am Tyson from North Carolina. You can clearly see there is a difference. He said Kevin Owens. He's a Canadian professional wrestler. That's pretty cool. Different people. Technically, it's a different person. Dude said he met a wrestler.
Am I under arrest? I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain something to you, before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
We'd like to read your rights first. Officer, the charge is robbery, okay? Yeah, I'll
I'm under arrest for robbery?
You are, but let me read your rights real quick, okay? Then I'll explain it to you. Is that okay? You want me to do that real fast? Okay. Can you read with me? Just read in your head, okay? Before we ask you questions, you must understand what your rights are. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in court of law. Does that make sense? You've probably heard these before, haven't you? Does that make sense? Do you understand your rights? Do you understand your rights, Jeff? Yes or no? Do you understand? Do you understand what I read you? Do you comprehend what I read you?
Do you comprehend what I'm reading to you, bro?
Jeff, I'm just here to talk to you and figure out what happened and move you on out of here this summer. Do you understand the rights I read to you?
If you got something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
Okay, good job.
Usually I'm the prick.
You look like the prick.
This is Jeff. Jeff is a heroin addict and has been for the last 14 years. He is 6'5", weighs 153 pounds, and has now found himself in the unfortunate circumstance of being charged with armed robbery. This is in the state of Georgia, so if found guilty, they will render him the minimum term of 10 years without parole, up to the maximum term of life in prison. Jeff has been through the system multiple times over, and he will know that if indeed found guilty, his sentence will be considerably longer than the minimum 10 years due to his previous convictions.
Jeff, do you understand your rights? Yes or no? I'm not asking if you want to talk to me at this point. I just wanted you to understand what I read to you.
So am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
I'm getting back to the cell. I don't talk to you, motherfucker.
Okay. You want to go?
You gonna be able to pop it open or do you need me to?
Jeff has become somewhat of a cult figure in the domain of interrogation footage. His recognition seems to have grown through his own popularity, as opposed to the notoriety of his crimes, like most others. Conveying the exact reasoning behind this can be tricky, as the interest in this character will no doubt vary by the individual. Yet we found the most collective reason can be explained through a single pop culture reference: the anti-hero. While the concept is timeless, the actual term was created through the realm of modern cinema. There's a diverse number of characters passing through the decades that fit the criteria. Yet perhaps the most textbook example could be the protagonist from the 2003 feature Bad Santa, a middle-aged man simply known as Willie. This is a character that lies, cheats, steals, swears at children, drinks an inconceivable amount of alcohol, and is generally extremely unpleasant to every single person he comes across.
Look who's here, Jimmy. It's Santa. Let's tell him what you want for Christmas.
I'm on my fucking lunch break, okay?
On paper, this is an extremely unlikable individual, yet for some reason, we root for him while following his story, which begs the question.
What do you save for? The big things? The little things? Find out how energy efficiency programs can help you.
Why? Anti-heroes are flawed, as are we. Their moral complexity mirrors our own, and just like us, they are learning and growing as they move along the path of life. Their mistakes make us think of our mistakes, and perhaps the reason we root for their redemption is the reflection of ourselves rooting for our own. So you might be curious about the contrast between the anti-hero and the villain. One we embrace and relate to, while the other we despise and detach from. Both are driven by selfish motivations, yet our emotional response differs between them. The reason for this, while not necessarily obvious, is a relatively simple formula. The anti-hero must have a glimmer of humanity, alongside a noticeable vulnerability. This is what allows the viewer to truly connect with a character. It allows us to forgive them when they are unethical, but admire them when they are noble. It allows them to be angry, cowardly, and greedy, but also cheerful, brave, and empathetic.
Who the fuck is Thurman? Is that you? Is your name Thurman?
Yeah,
Thurman Merman?
yeah.
Jesus.
Unlike the clean-cut, one-dimensional hero of mainstream culture, an anti-hero is not only more realistic, but far more likely to resonate with the viewer. They resemble ourselves, and remind us not only of the ambiguous morality of existence, but also the possibility of redemptive change. With relation to Jeff, while many of us can't relate to the feeling of being addicted to heroin for well over a decade, we can certainly understand the feeling of sadness. While we may not be able to put ourselves directly in the shoes of an addict, we can somewhat relate to the adversity that comes with it, not to mention the incredible magnitude of the situation he is going through in this video. How he responds to this very moment is quite literally the precursor to his entire future. He is at a crossroad moment in life, where on one side is the possibility of hope, and on the other side is the outright guarantee of despair. The long-term path he goes down will be the consequences of the short-term choices he makes, all of which have to be judged and decided on while going through the early stages of heroin withdrawal.
I need methadone.
You need methadone? I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or a prescription for it? What do you need methadone for?
I'm a fucking junkie, and you guys, I can't get no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
Where do you usually get your methadone from?
I get heroin.
How long have you been using heroin?
Long time.
Sometimes the manner in which words are spoken can convey far more than the actual words themselves. The admixture of pain, regret, and acceptance in his voice is not only palpable, but harrowing. It brings us back to the essential components of the anti-hero. He has the singular desire to accomplish his goal, to which the end justifies all means. Yet this desire stems from the scars of vulnerability, and there are few vulnerabilities more crippling than the relentless burden of addiction.
What are you trying to talk to me about here?
Talk to you about what happened last night. Look, here's the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances, or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah, right? I'm in a shitty, wrong place at wrong time, obviously. I ain't committing no fucking armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I don't talk to the police, man.
I think it's in your best interest to.
How? I don't talk to the police.
Okay.
I've been through the system, but I know how it works.
I know you have.
You're not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to fucking get me, or you're
I'm not trying to get
all you're trying to get is some fucking stupid ass fucking confession, and you're not gonna get one.
Jeff, I'm not gonna get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I didn't do nothing.
I'm not trying to get a confession out of you.
Okay, and I'm gonna tell you, I ain't committed no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no fucking evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you did is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my fucking buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside, there are cops everywhere, and they spotlight me. They say, "Come here." I said, "What's up?" They search me. They ain't find nothing. What's up?
Let me read this.
No, because I'm not gonna sign it.
You don't have to sign it. So let me read it for you. Okay?
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it. Let me read it.
You already read it to me earlier.
I know you did, but I'm gonna read it to you again.
Thanks for it.
You will. Before we ask any questions, you must understand what your rights are.
And here we have our glimmer of humanity. It may seem like a non-essential moment, yet sometimes the smaller things can reveal the most. Jeff extends his gratitude in recognition of the small favor the detective has done for him. There is no return benefit for Jeff giving thanks to his adversary, meaning there is an element of selflessness and grace in the act. Maybe considerable emphasis on the glimmer of humanity here, but all we need is a glimmer to know that it's at least in there.
You have the right to remain silent. If you cannot afford a lawyer normally, a lawyer will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand the rights I've explained to you?
No.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what happened last night.
That's what's up, bro.
Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you.
All right. This is what I don't understand. I know, but this is what I don't understand, Jeff. You were sitting there talking just like you were ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you and just, screw it, I ain't talking to you. I want a lawyer. I don't understand that. What changed? Just in the...
I already told you what happened.
You didn't.
How didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I just tell you what happened?
But now you've handcuffed me, and I can't talk to you because you've asked for an attorney. So, okay, that's fine. But I will tell you right now, you're still on hold for a robbery.
I know. I don't know why. I need a fucking lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing. Obviously, you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bullshit before, and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coat. Put me back to cell.
This old dude down at the flea market tried to sell me a winch for a couple $100. I said, no dice. Give me an ugly stick and a pair of boots. Got it!
What's that?
Just all right. I know we did this twice, but I gotta do it again every time, okay? For asking you questions, I gotta read your eyes. You understand that? Okay. I'm gonna sign there. I'll take you guys off.
I'm not signing that.
Okay, you don't have to sign that. You understand the rights, though, right?
Yeah.
That's all I need is verbal yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's his coat gonna be here? Or is that just a fairy tale?
It's coming. He's getting there right now. We'll be here in about 2 minutes. Let's watch the sewing machine. That tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
I have enough evidence
Like what?
of your robbery, okay? But, you know, if you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You gotta convince me. Because I got a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
Like what?
Why should I tell you that? I mean, you haven't been helpful to me at all.
I don't believe that you got any evidence.
There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Negative.
What's that?
Negative.
Well, why did you do that? You haven't helped me out at all. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my pieces of evidence, and I give you a little something. All right? What time do you get over to Aaron's house?
The detective downplayed the magnitude of the question to a considerable degree. He stated that it was a little something, when in reality, establishing a timeline alongside a destination can be a crucial and sometimes decisive piece of evidence. If the suspect locks himself into a specific place at a specific time, it can be used to refute a multitude of amendments he might come up with at a later stage. A single piece of admission such as this essentially has a butterfly effect on a suspect's leverage in a case, and although seemingly insignificant, this was a crucial moment during interrogation. The suspect at this point in time has given nothing away, and this was the detective's attempt at turning the table.
You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my pieces of evidence, and I give you a little something. All right? What time do you get over to Aaron's house?